A little while ago, I made a video talking about 5 local bands that I think people should really give a chance and listen to. Well, 4 local and then 1 non-local band. So today, I'm actually going to come back and do another one of those videos because I have plenty more where that came from and even more after this. So I want to try and make this a series. And a few of these are actually, most of them are my friends. But one of them actually has a new album coming out in a week or two. I think about a week and a half. So I figured I'd make this, try to help boost their, views to get the album ready. So I'm actually gonna go from bottom to up this time. There's no real particular this is the best. It's just go check these out. So first one is Moscow, Mexico. They're, I believe, from Lansing. When I think of the word fusion, this is the band I think of. It's a completely instrumental band, and it is a fusion of coffee shop music with jazz, almost. We played a show with them back when I was in Aya, and it was January. It was a really heavy show. It was really hot, and they were the last band. The band, we opened. The band after us, which is another band will do a different video called Jen's Apartment, came on, and then Moscow, Mexico. So there's us and Jen's Apartment, which is a heavy grunge band, kind of grunge with pop punk influences. Anyway, after that is Moscow, Mexico, and everyone's just sweating, and it's just crazy hot in there, and it's been 2 really loud heavy bands, and then there's just this awesome relaxing chill keyboard instrumental stuff, full band with jazz drums and kind of shreddy electric math rock guitar, and I was this is just delightful. That's kind of how I interpret the band. It's delightful. It's a mix of coffee shop music with jazz, and they're the friendliest people. We played another show with them, I believe in March or April, and we ended up unloading at the same time, and their drummer just came up and gave me a big hug. He's "Hey man," it was super cool guys. Go check them out. I'll try to tag all of them in the Instagram post of this video because I can't do it on TikTok. They don't all have TikToks. Next is Freedom from Concern. One of the... Oh, do it this way. I hate to call them just a punk band because they're not. They're a punk band also with math rock influence and even maybe a bit of post-hardcore. It's a 3-piece, and they command the room when they are on. They are the most high energy people I think I've seen, except for they're probably the most high energy band I've ever seen. And they're the only band that I've ever seen play Hangman with the audience, which was awesome, which is how they did a song. They also, their whole stage presence, at least for the show that I saw them at, was very oh, we messed up, let's start over. But it was on purpose. It was really fun, and they're really cool people. And the singer/bass player is probably the shortest guy I've ever met that's a musician who's also a bass player. So it looks huge on him, and it's so cool because he's all over the place. Next is Death Cat. Death Cat is one of the funnest bands to see. We played with them at Hamtramck Music Fest last year, and they're surf goth punk. It's so weird. It's surf punk, but they all dress up the lead singer dresses up kind of like Dracula. The bass player was a mad scientist. They have a guy dressed up as a robot, and then they had a chick who's dressed up like a cat. It was crazy, and they're so much fun. Crazy surf rock, super loud reverb, a lot of clean stuff with a little bit of crunchiness. And they're also the only band I've ever seen sell coloring books of the band as merch. It was so cool. Yeah. Next is A Rueful Noise. They are a grunge goth band, kind of gothic. Also, I believe from Lansing, Michigan. They're a three-piece. They are very powerful with their music. It has very powerful instrumentals with a female vocalist, but a really nice harmonizing male vocalist for the backing vocals, who's the guitar player, and they're just fun. Like, it's when you picture like a goth grunge band, that's them, and they're also pretty nice people. I bumped into them. I went to their show after we played with them. They had another show like a week later in Lansing with another band that we've played with called No Skull. I'll do a video on them later. And yeah, they also have the softest t-shirts I've ever had for merch. Like, I've bought. It's my favorite band shirt to wear just because it's so soft, and it's like a really nice purple burgundy color. So it's cool. And then lastly, Radio Pirate DJ. Now, I think this is the band on here that's been around since the longest. They've been around since 2004, starting out as a, classic pop punk band. I mean, they were on the Vans Warped Tour. And back in the day, they had a pretty strong following. I'm cheating a little bit because the guitar player for that band was also the other guitar player in As Your Attorney at the time. And yeah, so that's how I know of them. But they're actually coming out with a new album this month that comes out on the 10th or 11th. Let me check that real fast. But they've kind of morphed into like a hard alternative rock almost. It's crazy to think, because like I've listened to their older stuff. It's good. It is very pop punk. But their newer stuff it's heavy. November 10th. I don't know why I said October. November 10th. So in actually exactly a week from today. So go check them out. The album's going to be called Something Somewhere About Someone. And they've gotten two or three singles, because I think they just released their last single for the album on Apple Music. Yeah. And so the first one was called Die Out, and then this one's called Mad. I don't know if their other single they released last year, 2 years ago, is a part of this album. But anyway, go check them out. I know I've been saying that a lot. They play at the Creepy Cheapy, or Cheapy Creepy, one of those two, festivals out in Pontiac every year. Last year they did The Used, which ironically I never listened to The Used before I saw them, and they made me want to listen to The Used. Going into this album, if you hear the singles, I actually hear a lot of The Used influence, so I think that really kind of tipped the scales on their sound. This year they did Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC, which was really cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go this year, but it's all on YouTube. There's clips. Go check them out. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy these bands. They're really fun and interesting people. Everyone, I've met almost all the band members of each one of these bands. I've played shows with all of these bands except for Radio Pirate DJ. But I've met everyone in Radio Pirate. They're all really hardworking musicians that deserve recognition. Please go check out their music, all their socials. Like I said, I'll try to tag whatever ones have Instagram on Instagram, but I know that Radio Pirate, A Rueful Noise, and Moscow, Mexico all have YouTube's channels. So go check them out. Anyway, guys, thanks. Jack Punkington signing out. Peace.